going on, everybody? Fans, followers, friends, everybody that don't subscribe. All 12 of y'all. Anybody that's watching it. I had planned to do this a little bit differently, but the things that are happening in the world today, I feel as though I got to do this ASAP. All right, and it's about a time in my life where things didn't look good, and I didn't know how they were gonna get better or how they were gonna change, but I never gave up hope. Never gave up faith. You understand? And my daughter's Hope and Faith, I named them that. I named them Hope and Faith because of this whole reason, you know. Because it was during the time where I had them that were babies. And at this point in time, that's all I had, y'all. Hope and faith that things would get better, regardless of what the circumstances look like. So let me kind of give y'all an idea of what my life was like. Excuse me while I smoke. And let me go back. It all started when I was working at Chico's. Everything was going great, perfect. I want to say it was about 2011, maybe, roughly. I'm sorry. I started at Chico 2013, July 2013, and time went on. But let me just tell y'all how it was like, man. I was in a dark place, man. And when I say I was in a dark place, like, I was hooked on drugs, y'all. To me, the worst kind. Percocets. Like, and I wanted to make this video because, man, now it disgusts me. Percocets disgust me. What they do to people, what they do to people's families, man. So I gotta let this be known, let people know my testimony, so people don't make the same mistakes that I did. And I just wasn't no addict, bro. Feel me? Never been nowhere near that. But what happened was, I used to get these bad headaches, and my uncle, who's no longer with us, rest in peace, or really he was my mom's cousin, he introduced me, you know. And regardless of what his motive was, I felt as though he was helping. And it was helping my headaches. Like, my headaches was gone, and I was feeling good. And see, that's the trick. I started feeling good, and I always want that real good feeling. And now that I'm older, I'm much wiser. I understand what was going on with my body. And basically what was happening is I was by taking Percocets and oxycodones and hydrocodones, I was increasing my endorphins in my brain. And this was telling my brain that I have enough endorphins, I don't have to create anymore. And mind you, I was on that stuff for years, feel me? Like years, maybe I want to say almost 13 years. Yeah, 13 years on that stuff. Took, like, I'm not gonna go into what it took for me. I'm gonna just talk about how it shaped me, or how it designed my life, or, you know, made me into the person I am today. Feel me? So during this time, I want to take you back to 2017. During this time, right? 2016-17 was its worst. It got to the point where, in my mind, every single day I went to go look for pills. And I was okay with that, you know. Me and the young lady that I was with was okay with that, you know. And that's like, that was my daily, like, let me put it to you like this. You know how you wake up and you wash face, you brush teeth, stuff like that? Well, that was my, like, that's what I had to do every day. So washing my face, brushing my teeth was getting that perk for the day. Being able to function, being able to do the things I wanted to do or needed to do, whether it was going to work, playing with the kids, whatever the case may be. But during this time, the reason why I say I was in a dark place is because I had no help, man. I had no help. My mom was sick at the time. Not only that, you know, family members probably looked at me like a drug addict or, you know, less than. So I went through this period of just, I didn't care about anything. Hygiene, lack. I mean, it got to the point where my hygiene just pretty much failed. You know, it was non-existent because it wasn't important. Because that drug made it not important. It kind of put a shield over my eyes or a veil over my eyes, and I wasn't able to see what was really happening. You know, I tell everybody else, "Oh no, I'm fine, I'm okay, I got it under control," but reality is you don't. Feel me? And that's for anybody that's taking that stuff. Now I'm gonna tell you this, man. That drug took 13 years out of my life. And even after I'm off of it, I still have to take certain stuff to not go down that road. I can explain it, but that's for another video. Basically, there are, your brain creates certain chemicals like endorphins. And my brain has stopped making endorphins because I've been on them drugs for so long. So my brain has to pretty much relearn how to make endorphins, all right? So, but it got down to its worst in 2017. My mom died. When my mom died, I moved to New Jersey. I just left Georgia, got up out of there. And when I moved to New Jersey, even though somehow, some way I came up out of there and I grew, you know. But during that time was crazy. It was hard. It was sad. You know, but something in me, and that's what I call a light. There was a light inside me that just kept telling me, keep the faith. You know, things are gonna be better. You know. Well, things did get better, but I had to make the conscious decision that, for one, I had to say, okay, I got a problem. You know, these drugs are a problem. It's not normal. Then number two, I had to actually seek help, find help. Now, my girls' hope and faith, even Andrea, Bryson, they were all young. Bryson was probably about 7 or 8, and the girls were babies, 1, 2, something like that. But, you know, that was a point in my life where my only goal was to get those drugs. And once I got those drugs, then I could focus on, you know, like life, the real life stuff, paying bills or whatever the case, teaching my kids or whatever the case it was. But those drugs really hindered me, man. Like, it got so bad to the point where I was sleeping in bandos, bro. Like, I was going from train station to train station. Like, we had to sleep in a train station down in the airport train station. That was the only one that we could get in and sleep overnight. So being that we didn't have a place to, you know, to live at that time, that's where we stayed. We tried living with family members who just took advantage of us and our situation. We tried people that wasn't family members who did the same. So a lot of things happened, and I learned a lot during that time, you know. Like, I changed completely as an entire person, you know. And, you know, my wife now is she played a key part, integral part for my change, you know what I'm saying? So she's always held high in my book, no matter what happens, no matter what we go through, you know, because she became what those girls didn't have, a mother, bro. You understand? And although my girls didn't have to experience a real troubled childhood, it could have been that. And I'm grateful that it wasn't. So with that being said, my wife, I owe her everything, But I just want to educate people and enlighten them about them drugs, man. And you might think you got it under control, bro, but I promise you, man, it's more to it than you think. Feel me? It's more to it than you can fathom. And you won't really get better until you get better. Because when you get better, you'll understand like how crazy it is to spend the type of money you're spending, on these drugs. But just want to go ahead and put this video out real quick. It's been real. All right, I'm signing out. DeAndre Da Vinci.